Weather Authority forecast. We warn you first.
All right, joining me now, forecaster Kaylee Hunt. And Kaylee, we saw something we don't normally see out here, and that's a sun shower. It was more like a sunstorm. It was raining pretty hard.
Exactly. You could hear it hitting the roof, but it was sunny outside.
It was nice.
It was very nice, but that didn't stop the rain we really did see. And taking a look at the satellite radar, we saw a whole bunch of rain sweeping through our viewing area earlier this evening around 7 p.m. That's when most of it did make its way through, especially in the Permian Basin. Now again, Ector County is part of a flood advisory that will take place until 10:30 later on this evening. But another area that saw a whole bunch of rain was south of I-10, especially hitting Balmorhea and Alpine and Marfa. They saw a whole lot of pop-up storms and showers. But regardless of the storms we did see, it was relatively warm today with highs in the mid to upper 90s, if not in the hundreds. Pecos's high was 100 degrees. Midland, Odessa was 96. Big Spring 94. Definitely another warm day here in July. But because we saw a whole bunch of rain activity, it actually decreased our temperature. Right now, Midland, Odessa is sitting at 83. The western part of our viewing area looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, if not the mid to upper 60s. So if you like cooler weather, well, then the rain definitely brought that. And seeing where we are now compared to where we were this time 24 hours ago, well, in the Permian Basin, we're about 8 degrees colder right now, and even in Wink, 7 degrees cooler. Pecos, 9 degrees cooler right now than this time yesterday. But seeing exactly how low our lows are going to get tomorrow morning, well, it's going to drop into the mid to lower 70s, which is closer to average. Average for this time of year for our lows is supposed to be around 70 degrees, and tomorrow around 7 a.m., Midland, Odessa will be at 74, Wink 74 as well. Now, south of I-10, a little bit cooler in the mid to upper 60s, but by lunchtime, well, it's going to climb back up into the mid to upper 80s. Midland, Odessa around 1 p.m. will be at 88. Big Spring 90 degrees, and Wink forecasted to be at 87. So yes, it's going to be warm, but will we see more rain? That's the question we all want to know. Overnight into tomorrow morning, those storms will make its way off to the west part of our viewing area, exiting along the southern border, and we will be waking up to just a little bit of cloud coverage. And then, yes, we could see some more pop-up storms and showers, which is definitely good news, but then that will leave our viewing area later tomorrow evening around 10 p.m. Now, today was also very windy, especially in the Permian Basin. 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Wink 46, Pecos 31, even Guadalupe Pass 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, the wind speed is not in the 20s, well, at least not in West Texas. It is looking at to be in the mid to lower teens, and overnight into tomorrow morning, well, the wind speed's actually going to decrease into the single digits. Really not going to be all that windy, and then later on, that's when it's going to increase, but still not by much. But taking a look at the almanac forecasted for today, well, we were closer to average, which is good news. Our low was 74, slightly above average, but our high for today in Midland, Odessa was at 96. Average is 95, so we're really not too off. And that's going to be very similar to our forecast for tomorrow. Still in the mid to upper 90s, which is good news. Andrews, 99 forecasted for tomorrow. Midland and Odessa, 99 as well. And then you have Trans-Pecos, which will vary between the mid to upper 90s. But Fort Stockton, 93, still not too shabby. Mountains, a little bit cooler because they are expected to see a little bit of that more pop-up storms and showers. Now, be ready for this forecast because we are starting the work week in the upper 90s, and here comes the hundreds. We've been really fortunate because the past couple of weeks, we've only been in the upper 90s, but Tuesday, all the way until your next weekend, we're going to be in the hundreds, which means stay hydrated, try and stay as cool as possible, and if you do have to work outside, make sure you're taking your breaks and really keeping track of overheating, heat exhauster, because we're going to be in the hundreds all week long.
Well, the good news is, I don't know if you saw, but during that rainstorm, we saw a rainbow out there, which was pretty cool.
Exactly.
It's kind of nice. It's nice to see stuff like that.
I'm a huge fan of rainbows, and so you definitely see the light at the end of all this rain. Rainbows and rain in general is always good news.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kaylee.